I listened to you at the opening, and just kind of as far as getting into the weeds a little bit, I was kind of curious. I heard you talk about how this year might be a little bit different week to week, as opposed to where you had some continuity. When I look at the different offensive coordinators and new coaches, to me it's a lot of traditional sort of Big 12 guys, right? You look at Sonny's, the guy at Tech, obviously Graham held it. So how do you see that being different week to week as opposed to what you've seen in the league when you first entered the Big 12, I guess?
Yeah, I think we're both saying the same thing. I think in, I mean, maybe traditional or maybe, what most folks think of the Big 12, they think of spread offenses, probably 10 personnel,
Sure.
throwing it and tempo in it,
Right.
and maybe not a lot of defense, maybe.
Sure.
And so I think, there's, for last year and the year prior to that, there's probably still remnants of that.
Sure.
And so I think the answer from defenses to that was just pressure,
Throw a lot at it.
stunts,
Right. Sure.
twists, linebackers plug in. Another answer would be, the three safeties in the back, five guys back there, kind of that universal look. And so I think, those things were, if there's a continuum of, attacking and kind of controlling, those things were answers to the spread.
Right.
And so, I think the answers to that then, offensively, was Iowa State. I think it was a leader in it. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Baylor now, Kansas State. Those tight ends and surfaces.
12,
right?
13,
12, 13 personnel, wing sets. And so there's all this stuff happening in here. And meanwhile, we're just doing this, And if you're playing with three high safeties to the weak side, so really you could look at, like, if you're a 3-4, if you took that outside backer, now put him back.
Right.
Who's the edge over here?
Sure.
Right? And so now if you have a three-man surface over there, or, a sling look, or a guy off the ball, running that way, you're going to count on that safety, to force from 10 yards back, and now the play action pass, who's up in the corner.
Sure.
So all those were answers, And so I think, last year particularly, you could go and play Oklahoma State and play Kansas State and play Kansas and play Oklahoma and see the same things.
Gotcha.
And I don't think that's going to be the case.
That makes a lot of sense. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
You got it, man.
Yes, sir. Take care,
Appreciate
Coach.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Had a good conversation with Coach Dave Aranda. Could have went a lot longer. He was getting pulled away, but really enjoyed it. If you want more of that, I'm actually going to dive into it more on frogstoday.com in a story. And then tomorrow we'll have plenty of other coaches here, including Coach Sonny Dykes. So stay tuned to Frogs Today for all your Big 12 Media Day action. Thanks a lot.